I happened to read last year's version of what appears to be your annual fundraiser interview with Mr. Scott Fowler in the Charlotte Observer. And after fully contemplating the negative things you had to say about me this time and watching the cumulative effects of these lies on those who chose to keep up with the story, something had to give. For too long, you've used my silence against me. And for once, I finally feel the need to speak up for myself and hopefully put an end to this. In less than a year, I will be re-entering into society, God willing. The chief among warriors is my safety and my well-being, and as it should be. Your safety for, yes, buddy, because, it's a lot of so-called, you know, gangsters and shit running around in the community. So this right here, let me see how you fare well with this, and the ire, and the disrespect, and the condemnation people probably feel about you. And this is not helping it at all. I can tell you that. Because if I saw you on the streets, I would be thinking very seriously about anybody I know that like to put in work. I'm serious, honestly. Because your arrogance and pompousness. Let me just stop saying that. I don't even want to go down that road. Ma'am, I already going to have an impossible, difficult transition due to no one's fault but my own. However, with you simultaneously preaching forgiveness while conjuring up new lies and half truths to incite more public outrage against me, you're unfairly making matters worse. Ray, how can anybody make anything worse? Do you know what you've been charged with, dude? Do you think that it goes away in a callous and cruel way in which you did? And every time you look at that, everybody see that boy, it's a reminder of what you did to that. She forgives you. And this is you haven't earned any iota. You haven't earned shit. Yet you talking like you got big cojones. That's what you talking like. Again, you've done an amazing job at raising Chancellor and finding ways to create income and opportunity so that you can give him half the life that a child who's facing challenges and difficulties that he has certainly deserves. See, that was some shit up in there. You truly are to be commended. I just believe that you could achieve the same results by sticking to the truth. This would not only be the right thing to do, but if you are serious about one day giving me an opportunity to have a relationship with my son, it will go a long way towards making this a reality. We surely have far less personally to work out amongst ourselves than what's obviously in front of us right now. Wouldn't you agree? I'm getting sick. Just okay. I'm gonna keep going, y'all, and leave my feelings out of it because I ask you guys to leave your opinions, and I really mean that. And I'm gonna go to this last paragraph if I can stomach it, and I'm going to be fair and objective. Anyhow, in no particular order, I like to address some of the things that I take issue with, and I now know that in doing so, there will be added hate, anger, and backlash against me. But for no other reason than settling the record straight and gaining some much needed peace of mind, it has to be done. In my lifetime, I've come to the realization that everyone sins. Yet, hypocritically enough, we all tend to hate those that sin differently than ourselves. The thing is sin, no matter how big or how small an individual may want to protect his or hers. At some point, everyone done in the dark, at some point, everyone done in the dark does come to light. Hashtag sunglasses, Mrs. Adams. This dude, it's really insulting. Ma'am, you've gone on record in almost every interview with the claim that I've never made any apologies to you or taken any responsibility for the incident that led to the tragic loss of your daughter and impairment of your grandson. And this by far is the biggest falsehood that you continue to sell. As Mrs. Adams, early in my incarceration, you would write, send me current photos of Chancellor and keep me abreast of how he was doing. And in return, I would respond by thanking you for your kindness. And on more than one occasion, I included an apology for you for the entire sordid situation. In fact, a few years ago, I wrote and apologized to you once more after hearing you claim that I had done otherwise during a nationally televised interview. Why haven't you publicly acknowledged my apologies to you while choosing to go on record and speak at length about the ones you've perceived from Watkins and Kennedy is beyond me. Still about you, ain't it, bro? But today, this particular lie will finally come to an end. Mrs. Adams, I want to sincerely apologize to you for the senseless act that led to the death of your daughter, Sharika, and the permanent mental and physical difficulties of Chancellor. Now, let me stop right there. It should read, Mrs. Adams, I want to sincerely apologize to you for my involvement, in the senseless act that killed your daughter. Okay? See, now you couldn't come to me with this weak stuff if you killed my child, honey. I wouldn't accept this. And I would tell you straight to your face, get out of my face. Get out of my face. Because I'm not ready. I'm not ready for you. Period. Okay, I'm not there. Okay? I'm not there. I want you dealt with. Having had time to look back and ponder on how the events of that night unfolded, I want you to know that I take all responsibility for everything. I could have done a better job of keeping Sharika and Chancellor out of harm's way. You could have not planned the whole shit in the first place. How about that? How about that? And it's something that will definitely weigh on me for the rest of my life, as it should. Mrs. Adams, another lie that you have been masterful at is convincing the public that you know me and even going into detail about my personality and sense of humor, ways and actions, both good and mainly bad. You've even gone as far as to refer to me as a modern day Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You've claimed that you witnessed me verbally be abusive to your daughter. I've often wondered, though, how you could respond in truth like that when you actually don't know me at all. I mean, we met only once, and that was only when by happenstance, when Sharika and I bumped into you at the apartment while the two of us were headed out to our first Lamaze class. That one and only meeting, by the way, lasted no more than 5 minutes. And you and I never spoke or saw each other again until you approached me at the hospital the night of the incident. Why not be honest about this? Are you ashamed and embarrassed or something? Now, here we go. Here we go, bitch. Anyway, even more egregious lie that you've habitually spread over the years. Now listen to this, dude. Listen to him. He is attacking. And see, here's the thing about forgiveness. Here's the thing about me. And I would want a person to apologize to me, and the way I would want a person to accept my apology if I was responsible for something as egregious as this. First of all, they don't even have to accept my apology. That's the first thing. And I may not even want to give it to them unless I could have some kind of assurance that I wouldn't be in harm's way. I mean, really. Because most people will kill you for you coming back to even try to say something that's crazy. Okay? So let's just keep it real. Personally, I would try to earn anything, any crumb or morsel of relationship with Chancellor, the mother, anybody, just because of the circumstances around it. Just because of the circumstances that I masterminded the whole thing. You think I got the nerve to be trying to be cocky? Demanding something? Talking about somebody calling me a lie and you lying about this? Bitch, how much have you lied? How much have you lied from the time of this stuff beginning to now? And you have the nerve to bring that up. Anyway, I'm going to put this on pause. Yay.